Today we'll talk about 5 different Initin nodes which are really excellent. These are going to make you an expert in Initin, and these are the ones which are not used by beginners. These are really expert ones, and you're going to learn extensively a lot of things here, and they're detailed. First is the Convert API. This is a document transformation. You can transform between different formats when it comes to documents. You can handle PDF, Word documents, and images. And obviously, the use cases are huge. You can have document processing workflows, bulk format conversion. These are some of the biggest use cases that you can see. And this could be sold to businesses. Every business does a lot of processing with the data, and this allows you to do it. Here you see that we've got an execute workflow, then we're using Convert API, HTTP request, and HTTP request. So this is the whole flow. Right now, we are going to go and check this Convert API, which is an HTTP request that we are making. And here you can see this node that we are going and we are calling exactly this node. This is Convert API, as you see on this website that we are passing along. And from here, we can get access to all of the APIs. This is excellent for file conversion. They've got many different APIs that could be used specifically for this to transform in different formats, just like you see in API tools. So we've got all of these endpoints, HTML to PDF, web, so many web to PDF APIs. So many different APIs are present here at Convert API. Once we go here, we're going to add our URL. And you could see that they've got a curl request. Curl is the easiest way to actually work together with Initin. So we're going to take the curl, and when you go here, you can just import curl, and that brings all the information here with the bearer token, which you're going to get from the Convert API. And obviously for requests, for URL, for credentials, all of that information is coming directly from this curl request. Inside the Convert API, inside the dashboard, you can see that they've got a lot of SDKs. They've also gotten multiple tools that you can look at your statistics and also your API tokens. This is the bearer token that we have gotten. This is something that is being used inside the curl to make the request and to authenticate it. This is how we do with almost all the APIs which are out there. You have to authenticate and really validate that you are the person that you're saying. See, bearer token. We can also see that we have gotten different body parameters that we have added, URL, what is the URL that we are adding, and then we have also gotten, we are adding the vohoai.com, which is our website. So this is something that we are going to use for test for this exact thing where we are converting this into a PDF. So this is a parameter that we are passing. And then for store file, we're going to say if we want to store it. So we are just setting it up as true. Now, when we try to execute this flow, you can see it is right now running the entire node, and we've got a file name. We've got, as you can see, voho AI PDF. So this is what was in output, and now we are going to run this HTTP request, which is also going to be convert HTTP, and we are going to run this whole request and see what the output comes from this. File name, voho file PDF. So this has now completely converted it into a PDF properly. So, just taking the URL and then just completely converting it. Look at this. So this, we see that the file has been completely converted, or whole website has been converted into a PDF automatically. And the formatting has also been quite proper. If you look at it, the formatting also looks really excellent for this. Excellent. Now we are going to look at our second node that we are going to talk about, which is with Airtop. We're going to control any web browser. So a lot of websites out there, they do not have any APIs. And through Airtop, we can control that web browser. We can control that application. Think of it like form filling, clicking button, extracting data, data scraping, website testing. A lot of times we have to extensively scrape data. So that's really excellent. So this could be Airtop could be used specifically for this. And yeah, here you can see that Airtop has got a lot of automations specifically also for Initin automations, and also other automations in case you want to discover more automations which are out there. Automate LinkedIn profile discovery. So you see a lot of different automations which are out there. So this is like really focused on scraping. As you can see, we've got personal info. So in the first step, for this automation, we have got a Google Sheet where we are grabbing all the information, and we are taking from the LinkedIn sheet. This is the LinkedIn sheet that we have gotten, and then we are taking sheet 2 specifically, and from there we are getting all of this information. Like you can see, LinkedIn personal, LinkedIn URL. So we are getting all of this information from this exact sheet, and then we are going to run that automation which is going in there and which is scraping all of this information. Yeah, and you can see here in the roll number, personal information, and LinkedIn URL, all of that information is gathered. And now we are going to go on the search profile. This is where we are calling the Airtop API, as you can see. So we are going into google.com and we are searching based on this information, LangChain CEO, as you could see in this use case, because we are taking personal info, which is coming from the Google Sheet, and then just displaying all of this. We've also specified a prompt just to say what the AI should do. Google search result, the first result of the LinkedIn page, return the LinkedIn URL and nothing else. If you cannot find that, return an empty string, a valid LinkedIn profile. That is all of this information. So we're really telling AI model how exactly it should act and output and give us a format that is going to be excellent for us. And then you see in the data section that we get the LinkedIn. So it's going out there, putting the information from Google and collecting all of this LinkedIn URL, LinkedIn information as output, just like we wanted. And this is happening because we're using Airtop API, which is automate LinkedIn with Initin, find and verify LinkedIn profile. So this is also going to go and verify all of these profiles for us. Yeah, this is create new credentials. We are connecting it. We have previously created a lot of videos on how to connect with any different APIs. Then we have got scraping. What kind of scraping query are we just searching for? So there are many different options. Query page, exactly how do you want to use it? And then how is the session mode? So all of this information you also get when you make a curl import there. And then we've got parse functionality where we are taking all of this information and then just parsing it and cleaning it, and then updating all of the rows which are there. So we've got all this information and just being updated extensively. So now when we execute all of this, we're going to see that in the update row in the Google Sheet that we go, all of this information comes. So in the LinkedIn Sheet 2, we have got personal information, person info, and then all of these URLs are created, which are already verified, and we use the Airtop web scraper for this. Thirdly, we are going to look at Apify. Apify is excellent for data extraction. We use it also for a lot of scraping, and Initin already has a node for this. So for all of these, we've got proper nodes inside Initin, which makes it really powerful. And then, yeah, so if you go into the community nodes, you're also seeing many different nodes, but you can install any of these nodes out there. So for example, Initin nodes Apify, because we have got our own version of Initin, then we can just install as many nodes as possible. And once you have it, you can execute all of these nodes. So connect workflow, work with popular platforms that lack APIs, suggest properly for scraping. Many use cases with e-commerce monitoring, all of this could be done. We also use Apify sometimes to find our competitors. For example, on Instagram, finding other competitors who are in AI space. Then also scraping information from Google Maps or scraping information from Telegram, from TikTok. So yeah, now we are looking at all actors. We're looking at all of the scrapers where we can scrape information from Instagram. And you can see that we've got all of this Instagram post scraper, Instagram, many different scrapers which are out there. Apify also has a store where you can scrape from Apollo. Apollo is where we get a lot of information on our customers to send them email, phone numbers. So it has a lot of information extensively there. So from here, as you can see in the list, we are selecting which one do we want to check. So for us, we are going for Apollo scraper. So inside Apify, we have got this as actor, and we are adding all of that information. So now we are scraping. We've got an actor, and then we've got input JSON, which is out there. And inside these actors, Apollo scraper that we've gotten, We have gotten this whole JSON that you see here. So this is the format that it accepts. And in order to run this actor, this is the information that we are going out there, and we are adding as an input JSON where we are collecting all of this information. If you want to get emails, how many results we want, what is the URL. This URL is directly coming from Apollo. So see, all of this information is there. You can specify your connection. You can specify all of the actors which are out there. And look at this. Once this is executed, this is the information that we have in the schema. We have gotten all of this as output once this whole information is scraped. So it runs that actor, and then you've got output. And there's so many use cases: lead gen, content extraction, and does all the scraping. Now we have got another node which is from Firecrawl. So this is a node which is also from Firecrawl, which is a scraper properly. And this node is also available inside Initin. You could use it rather than writing your own scraper. And then you can parse any information, from any web page which is out there. And you can also get a lot of structured data without a lot of complex code. Excellent for content monitoring, price tracking, lead generation, as you can see. And there's many business opportunities. Create custom data feed clients would pay a lot of money for, really monthly for. You also see that we've got tracking all of this information which is out there. Inside this Firecrawl scraper, you can see that we are specifying a URL. This is the URL that we want to scrape. So we've got initin.io, and this is the URL that we are scraping. And okay, unpin, cancel. And then we are going into the table. This is the output structure that we've gotten. So all of this information which has been scraped properly from the initin.io website. And you can create many different accounts, as you just saw. This is the firecrawl.dev website. You can go inside the dashboard section and collect all of this, collect the API information, get the usage, see all of the price paying which is there. So yeah, copy the API key, and this is something that goes inside the credentials to connect with. And then we have got obviously resource. Are you scraping? Are you mapping? Are you crawling? Are you extracting? So you have to see all of these use cases are mentioned very clearly in the documentation. For our case, we're right now scraping, because this video is a lot about scraping different automations and using scrape. Now we're looking at YouTube transcription. And if you want YouTube transcription, then we can use this automation, which is Initin node SuperData. This is the node that could be used specifically for this. If you go on this website, web and video to text API for makers. So this is to collect all of the transcriptions. If there's a lot of videos which are out there that you want to transcribe, then you can gather all of this information using SuperData. So yeah, here you see, if we have to run it, we can just go and gather information from a channel. The channel node, the YouTube node, is also quite excellent inside Initin. And as you see, we've got all of this, and then we can get from YouTube, get the YouTube, and then start scraping. Web and text too. Yeah. So we have used it properly just for videos, because we scrape a lot of transcriptions from some of our competitors to do competitive analysis. And also look at this, they allow you to scrape YouTube, web, a lot of things. So get transcript, get playlist, get channel. So all of this information could be scraped, and it is mentioned as an operation for this Initin. And yeah, we've got a video which we want to scrape. So if we execute this step, let's see how it goes. Okay, we get a problem here. Let me try to see. So we've got this. So today I'm going to teach you guys how to set. Okay, we used a simpler one because it's easier, and get video transcription. So video, from this video we got, and we extracted all of this information. Yeah, the other one we didn't show because it was just passing. We didn't have credits, but with this get video transcription, it's working excellent, and all the transcript was really gathered. You can also get obviously transcriptions directly from YouTube, but if there are other videos that you want to get transcriptions for, you can use SuperData and all of these nodes. So yeah, the goal of this video was to show you some of the Initin nodes which already exist there, so you don't have to make always HTTP requests to get output. You could just use these Initin nodes to scrape or to make any API requests or use any services. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe, because every day we are coming up with 3 videos on how to build AI agents and all the use cases out there.